Marvin, first of all, welcome to Queen of the South. Are you happy to be here, obviously?
Yeah, I'm delighted. I'm extremely happy. I've been waiting for this day for a long, long time in terms of, my first opportunity as a manager. I'm delighted this came at this club. I've spoken to a lot of people like Lyndon Dykes and Io about the club. I know a little bit about the club as well for watching some of the games, but no, I'm definitely delighted to be here.
An easy decision for you?
Yeah, it was after I came out of the interview, I said to myself, if I'm offered that job, I was going to take it 100%. I've been to other interviews and been offered other jobs that didn't suit me, and I would never take something that I didn't think that, my ambitions were aligned with the club's. I feel that here. I felt it straight away. I didn't even have to get to the car to say to myself, this is the one for you. And when the call came, I was absolutely delighted, and that's all systems go.
What made that so special? What made it so special that this was the club for you?
Yeah, well, talking to the board, they excited me. I think I must have excited them because I got the job. But yeah, they're ambitious. They want to do things properly. There's a lot of good young players here. We want to be known as a club that produces young players. I see myself as kind of a coach of, doing a lot of stuff on the field. I want to make these players better, and then you've got the man management alongside that. So all those things that the club want, I want from players. And I looked at the squad and I said, I could do something with this squad 100%, and I will be able to do so.
You've been working towards this because obviously you're playing. You gave that up, took on the assistant role at Livy. So now is the right time for you to be your own person. Yeah,
exactly. I've been working on becoming a manager one day since the age of 24. I sat down with one of my managers back then who had an early injury. He was actually managing at 31 years of age, and said, always think about what you want to do next. And for me, it was to go on and be a manager. So I started to do the kind of courses back then. I've been a reserve team coach. I've been a reserve team manager. I've been first team assistant manager. I'm a first team manager. So it's a natural kind of transition from one to the other. And, as I said, I'm really, really happy to be here, and, I can't wait to get going.
You're a positive person, a driven person. So as for someone who doesn't know you, what can you bring to Queen of the South?
Those things you said there. I'm an extremely driven person, so my team should reflect me. I'll give 100% in everything that I do. I was a player that I think I got everything out of my ability. Was there better players out there than me? Yes. Was there more driven players out there than me? No, I don't believe so. And I'll be the same as a manager. And my players have to reflect that. So we have to give it everything now. We've had a meeting. I've laid out the non-negotiables. I've told them what I want from them. They've agreed to that. So now there's no excuses. We work extremely hard on the training ground, and then when it comes to matches, we work extremely hard as well on and off the ball. It's about being brave on and off the ball. I want to see football played in a certain way, but that can't just be on a Saturday. We have to do that throughout the week. So that's up to me and my coaching staff to make sure we're implementing those things, and then hopefully we'll start to see it on Saturdays. Not hopefully, we will start to see it on Saturdays.
You're keeping Grant with you in the current coaching team, someone who you've worked with before, so that good bond already? Yeah,
exactly. Grant was the coach when I had Neil Lennon as a manager. I knew all about Grant from back then, and it's quite weird a few years on. Now he's my assistant manager. But as soon as he was here, I spoke to Grant. I said, "Are you happy to stay on?" He said yes. I was delighted from that, and then we started planning from there. He's a driven person, great football knowledge, a fantastic coach, and most importantly, he's a fantastic guy. We're both very, very honest with each other and with the players. And that's something I've spoken about. Sometimes the truth hurts, but it's always professional, never personal. And my players know that from now. I've only been in a couple of days, but they know that's exactly what I'm about. There's a no excuse environment. I'm fed up with excuses. We don't need to hear excuses. Go out there, give 100%. If we don't win games after giving 100%, it happens. But don't go out there and lose a game by giving 70, 80, 90%, or 9 out of 11 players turning up. Everyone needs to turn up week in, week out, day in, day out. So if you don't do that, you won't be at the football club.
You have only been in a couple of days, but how have you found it so far?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. As I said, kind of on the Sunday, I didn't let Granty take most of the session. I stepped in with a few bits of information. It was with the boys who hadn't played on a Saturday, and then on Monday the whole group was out there, and we did a little bit more. But yeah, as you said, the training's been quite light, obviously with today's game, and then we have Saturday's game as well. So Thursday and Friday will be relatively light, but then it's all systems go because we have that kind of weekend break coming up. So we're going to work extremely hard. We'll work smart. We'll be clever about what we do, but there'll be a good, honest kind of ethos to what we do, and start implementing things from day one of next week.
And the first game is Montrose away, so just ready to go?
Yeah, exactly. Somebody said to me, I made my debut for his playing against Montrose, so it was my first kind of taste of Scottish football, and I got a win there. So, hopefully we can do that again. That'd be absolutely fantastic. But like you said, it's all systems go. The players are... We've got a big squad here. Everyone's fighting for their shirt. Nobody's, guaranteed to play football. It doesn't matter what you've done before, whether it's good or bad. It's what you do now with me at the helm. And, so far the reaction has been fantastic. But it's easy to do that for the first couple of days, isn't it? I want the players to continue that. They're a great group of players, real honest group of people. I've got on with them ever so well over the 2 days, and that needs to continue, going into Saturday's game.